Hello everyone, and welcome to News and Views for March the 13th, 2025. A couple things to keep an eye out for this weekend. There is the Inspired Movement recital on Sunday happening in two different halves because there are so many dance students in Neepawa now. We did an interview with the dance school teacher, got the lowdown on what's happening. So if you're looking for something to do on Sunday, that would probably be a great event to attend. As well, coming up, not this weekend, but in our upcoming programming on the station, is the Beautiful Plains School Division public budget presentation. This was, and still is, available on their website. We have some additional details for you. And this budget was passed at their recent meeting on March the 11th. So on the show today, we have the public hearing from the town of Neepawa. Normally you'd see these during our coverage of town council. This happened in a special meeting on a special night. So it's here on the show for you today. This was just regarding the solid waste and recycling bylaw. This is something we've had for the past 5 years where it's more of a user pay. People who have more garbage are paying more. People who have less garbage paying less. So this is sort of a few changes to that. They go through a presentation on all the details. We have that for you on the show today. As well, we have the presentation of the awards for the gold and silver medalists, or first and second place finalists, from the Ballers finale. We showed the final games on this past weekend. We showed them live. And so on the show today, just a bit of the awards in case you missed that or in case you want to relive the excitement. And finally, we have hockey highlights. This is from the Titans versus Virden game. Another great game. They're kind of all exciting when you get down to the end of the season. Just 2 games left in the regular season for the Titans. Those are happening this weekend, Friday and Saturday night at the Yellowhead Center. And as well, they are doing some of their player awards on those 2 evenings. So, you know, if you're a regular, you probably know this already. But if you haven't been to a game this season, maybe now's the time to kind of pop down and check out these last couple days games of the regular season. I say regular season because the Titans are in the playoffs this year. So we will have the schedule for those coming up. We don't quite know yet, but that is exciting for them, and we're rooting them on. So check those out if you can. Of course, they will be here on the station later on in our programming. So if you have anything that's going on, anything you want us to know about to cover, events, issues, special things happening, just let us know. Get in touch with us at 204-476-2639 or by email nactv@wcgwave.ca. Thanks and enjoy the show.
Okay, welcome to the March 11th special meeting of the town of Neepawa. The first order of business is to approve the agenda. Be it resolved that we hereby approve the special meeting agenda for March 11th, 2025, moved by Councillor Pottinger, seconded by Councillor Kostenchuk. All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Okay, so call to order. Be it resolved that we do now open this public meeting to hear representation to Special Service Plan 012025 and Bylaw 3235-25. Moved by Deputy Mayor Parrott, seconded by Councillor Nadeau. All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Okay, Colleen.
Give a little timing. Hello. Maybe there's a PowerPoint. Okay, why is it not coming up on there? It was on there like 2 minutes ago. Is it just closed? Is it? Yeah. Open. Oh, there we go. Oh, wait, I'll do it though. Okay, this will just be a short presentation on bylaw 3235-25 regarding solid waste and recycling services under special service plan 01/2025. So just a very quick overview. The words will come. I don't know why it's doing this. There. Bylaw 3200-20 established rates for the collection of solid waste and recycling as a special service, and that expired on December 31st, 2024. It was a 5-year period. It applied to all properties within Neepawa's boundary. The rates at the time were based on a special service levy that shifted the cost of the service from the general mill rate and allowed for more equitable distribution of those costs based on a user pays system. So if you use it, you pay. The rates reflected cost recovery based on service and volume. So basically, whether you got it every week, every 2 weeks, whether you had one bag, whether you had 50, that kind of thing. And of course, a new bylaw is being proposed to continue with the special service levy for the collection of solid waste and recycling for the period of 2025 to 27. I'll just note here that this is a 3-year period. We normally would have gone 5 with our service provider, but the changes that are coming forward through the Manitoba Multi-Stewardship group out of the province of Manitoba has been looking for a few years now about extended producer responsibilities such that the province will take over recycling services. So as they go through that process, they kind of requested that we did not lock it down too long of a term, but they understood we needed to get this put in place because of the bylaw that's being required and the board approval and whatnot and the processes. So we're locking it down for 3 years, and in that time we're going to take a really good look at again and where we are in the future, and maybe also in that period we'll also understand how the province will evolve into the recycling scheme. So what's the difference for this 3-year period? We're looking at an equal rate per residential dwelling unit of $125 per year, and that entitles you to 1 garbage cart and 1 recycling cart. We're looking at a rate of 60% of the prescribed residential dwelling unit rate for 4 specific roll numbers, and these are the nonprofit assisted living and supportive housing units. So basically Elks Manor, Yellowhead Manor, and Kinsman 1 and 2. So 60% of the $125 per year. And the reason we looked at that was to propose that quite often, depending on the individuals living there, they don't produce as much garbage, but a lot of them can also seek and take advantage of the meal programs that are offered there. An equal rate per small commercial unit, allowing you 1 garbage cart and 1 recycling cart at base, with increasing charges based on the approximate volume of garbage generated and the number of carts in use. So we looked at all of the commercial units that were quite small, with 1 garbage cart and 1 recycling cart, and then depending on the volumes you generate of garbage in your commercial business, if you can have 2 if you need, you can have 3 if you need, and after that though you would technically go into a different category. So the rates were based on the volumes produced in your particular property, and also a combination of whether it was commercial and residential as well. We also put a set rate in place for schools to cover the cost of collection and disposal, and the importance of this one was the fact that when the rates were established a number of years ago, there was actually confusion at the time of whether commercial collection would actually, an institution will come on as part of how we dealt with garbage in the community. A lot of communities only do residential collection, where we also did the commercial. So at that time, all of the commercial and institutions were allowed the ability to either seek out a private provider for collection or remain with us. The schools are the only ones that did remain with us, and now we're basically looking for cost recovery on the service that does get provided, plus the disposal of garbage that they have to do. And of course, then set rates for large commercial, industrial, or institutional properties who utilize a private contractor for collection services. Those rates reflect now an approximation of the cost related strictly to the materials now that get delivered to the regional waste management facility known as Evergreen Technologies. And lastly, a token charge of $2 for vacant land and railway properties to assist with the recovery of costs for the annual cleanup on vacant land. So when we buy gloves, we buy bags, we might buy shovels, rakes, whatever. Those $2 we end up collecting, it doesn't amount to a big amount, but it helps defray the costs. So just looking at the revenue expenses for 2020 to 24, you really only see here 22 to 24, the last rate period, which is what we actually put into our bylaw and send off for approval at the board. If you look at 2024, our most recent year, 61% of those costs, a total of 633,000. 383,000 was actually recovered under the special service plan like we're proposing tonight. 21% was recovered by general mill rate of 133,000 roughly, and 18% of the monies actually come from recycling revenues, and that's the product stewardship people, the RARS levy, and of course some construction and demo that we make sure gets attributed back to the people who took construction and demolition out to the site. If you look at where we're going for 2025 to 27, speaking specifically to 2025, our expenditures to do garbage and recycling in Neepawa is $667,000. 69% or $462,000 will be borne by the special service plan. 6% will be borne by general mill rate, and of course 25% will be recovered through the recycling revenues. So just to give you a little comparison of what this means and why we changed to a special service levy. If you take a look at, for example, a single dwelling in the top box there, if you're going and leaving all of these expenses on your tax bill and on your general mill rate, a single dwelling unit would have to pay $252.15. When we change the special levy, that person is actually only paying $145.23, broken down as the $125 per residential dwelling unit we're charging as the rate, plus through by way of taxation, that 6% that wasn't recovered in any particular way that stays on taxation, they're giving you an additional $20. So the cost for a single dwelling would be $145.23. So that is a difference of a savings to single dwelling unit owners of $106.92 by going the way of a special service. Then the next example is just a commercial unit, $400,000 worth of assessment. They would have paid $582.75 if done only by general mill taxation. And the way we're actually doing this now, they're paying $411.75 in total, including the $365 by way of special service levy and $46.75 annually as part of the general mill rate. So they're saving $170.99. And then if we go to the extreme right there on the chart, in our largest industrial user, if by mill rate would have paid $52,000 by way of special service levy based on use and volumes delivered to Evergreen, will be required to pay $94,000. So by going the way of special service, they're paying $41,000 more. But the point being, and if you go to the right of this particular slide, if you look at general mill rate only, low volume users pay more. High volume users pay less. It results in subsidization of large users, it says over there, sorry. And of course, institutional properties would never contribute by the mill rate because they're exempt from general municipal taxation. So the way we were doing it years ago, leaving it on the general mill rate, your hospitals, your schools, your churches, all of those properties never contributed anything for the garbage that they generated. So by going special service, they contribute now. So the special service levy method shifts the cost of providing the service to reflect a user pay system that evaluates the use of the service and the volumes generated. Properties pay for the services they use, and institutional properties can be required to contribute to the cost of a service they receive by way of a special service levy. So the last few periods of time, this was a very effective way of collecting those costs, and the recommendation is that we proceed. I don't know if there's any questions from council.
I don't think a question, but just a comment. I think it only makes sense that user pay, the higher volume users and that should not be subsidized by the general public. So I think that this system is a lot fairer to who is actually generating the amount of waste.
Any questions?
The only question I have, if approved, when does it take effect? Immediately, or
No, so basically what happens is now that we've had the public hearing tonight, council will give first reading to the bylaw. All of that gets sent into the province of Manitoba for their review. Had there been people here objecting, they would be given a letter with the ability to express their objection. Because there is technically no objections unless you're objecting. We're free to go tomorrow. We'll send it all in and then we just simply wait for them to stamp approval on first reading of our bylaw, allowing us to go to second and third reading. So what that means is after we receive their approval, we can actually include it as part of our budget and it'll be in place for this year as part of our budget approval.
Oh, very good. Okay.
Yeah.
Councilor Gould.
Is this gonna allow us to have cost recovery now?
Well, the only part remaining is about $40,000 now on the general mill rate. You could do a full cost recovery and regain that 6% as well. But in fairness, when I took a look at other communities and to do a full cost recovery, is that fair? Or should those certain amounts of garbage remain in a very small percentage on the general mill rate to cover those isolated things that, it could be tourism, could be many things. And we'll leave maybe that small percentage on the general mill rate. We could reduce it, we could go to 2%. So the idea was trying to get it as near to zero as possible, but it's very difficult to do that because, you don't anticipate who's moving in, who's moving out, new households that contribute to the levy, that kind of thing. The goal would be to get everybody to reduce their garbage and increase their recycling to reduce that $677,000 bill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Okay. Well, if no other questions, be it resolved that we do now adjourn this public meeting at 5:45. Moved by Councillor Kostenchuk, or Pottinger, then Kostenchuk, sorry. Looking at both of them. All in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Hindi na tayo magandang mga matatanong ang mga puso. Justin Rosales, Jairo, Antonio, Nathan, and PJ Pagtanyor. Compress, Purina. Yung manalinis na po. Yung manalinis na po. Yung nakaba. Ayun, si Jairo.
Good evening and welcome to Neepawa Titans hockey here at Yellowhead Arena in Neepawa, Manitoba. And tonight, the Neepawa Titans are hosting the Virden Oil Capitals.
Jack Clark to McCann. McCann shoots it across to Colton Alexander. Colton to Cooper. Cooper to McCann. Shoots it. Loose puck in front of the net. And Renwick comes up with it clean. No goal. Pass to number 12. Pass to 15. 15 again. Shoots. Loose puck. Where's it going? Nobody knows. A scramble in front of the net. Goalie gets onto it. No goal. Gets it to Carter McLeod. Carter McLeod back to Gower. Gower back to McLeod. Playing monkey in the middle with a Virden player there. Titans come up with it after a wiggle and a wobble of a pass. But no goal. Gower makes it up ice. Taking it to the middle. Tries to get it in the top left corner. Can't get it to happen. Virden comes up with it. Shoots it. Robertson has it. Whoa, quick glove by LeBreau. Schaefer has the puck. But he's in trouble, but comes up with it. Big hit at the blue line. Gower going down for defense, and Mason comes up with it. You've got Johnston and Paquette at faceoff. Titans win it back. Durgan tries to get it out. With Robinson. Big scramble in front of the net. Who comes up with the puck. Behind the net. Passes it to Paquette, but Paquette loses a stick. Passes it to Cahoot. Cahoot puts the spins on it, gives it to Gower. Gower in trouble. Nope, comes up with it. Gower shoots, and it's a goal deflected in by Cahoot. So, Cahoot with the goal, assisted by Gower. Knox comes up with it. Titans come up with it. Tim Taconic shoots. But Morin gets it. Gonna get out of the blue line. Off a Schindel stick. Clark, stolen pass. Tries to get it in, can't. Cooper Kasprick with the puck. In the corner. Passes it off to Paquette. But Virden comes up with it, but it goes. Oh. Hagerty trying to make something, but Virden comes up with it. Cooper Kasprick turns it over, but not for long. Hagerty shoots. Goal! Top shelf, left corner. Looks like that might be an unassisted goal for Caden Hagerty. Scrupa and Durant after the puck. Johnson comes to help. Johnson comes up with the puck. One-timer, no goal. Virden keeps it in. Gortskin on top of the puck, trying to get the puck away. Gortskin to Plazer. Plazer to Dodgen. And Mason comes up with the puck. Knox not letting Virden keep the puck. Alexander comes up with it. Johnson in close pursuit. Takes the blue line, but is stripped of the puck. Gortskin shoots and he scores. It's now a 1-goal game. Cooper Casper chips it out. Cooper Casper comes up with the puck. And it's blocked by Schaefer. Cooper and Schaefer battle for the puck. Cooper comes up with it, shoots. No goal. Titans win the face-off. Knox shoots. No goal. Off of the red. Virden comes up with it. Cahoot tries to put it back in. Paquette to Cooper. Cooper all by himself. Morin covers it up. Virden with control. Sends it in behind. Tintaconic doesn't come with it. Brandt comes up with it. Brandt to Light. Light to Gower. Gower shoots and he scores! Unassisted empty net. It's now 3-1. Plazer with the puck. Shoots! LeBreau reflects it. Durgan trying to get it out. Jams it in the corner. 30 seconds left. Titans come out with it. Paquette brings it down. And Mason Hartley chips it in out of the bouncing pass. And the Titans win 4-1 in regulation. LeBreau stopping 23 out of 24 shots on net. And the Titans walk away with another 2 points.